Hi, I'm Daniel. I'm a sleep physician, and if you have insomnia, this channel is for you. Today, we're going to talk about the analogy of the vacation on a budget. Do you want to spend a longer vacation, maybe not quite as nice as a perfect weekend getaway? Nice having you back here, and if you're new to the channel, big welcome to you. Hope you find something of value here. Now, 2 days ago, I talked here on the channel about an analogy, okay, and it goes something like this: if imagine that you have a budget for your vacation, and you have a choice between stretching out the budget and maybe spending a 2-week vacation somewhere. It's not going to be that nice perhaps, or you can spend it all on a really nice weekend getaway. So my question to you as a viewer was, what do you think this analogy is about when it comes to sleep? And here is the big reveal. All right, so a lot of people have a desire to sleep, and that's natural. It is refreshing. It's energizing. It's very pleasant to sleep. But we have to keep in mind that we all have a certain sleep need. Some of us need to sleep 6 hours, some 7 hours, some 7.5, some people 8 hours. But, those people needing 8-9 hours are actually minority. Most of us really only need something like 6.5, 7.5, something like that. So that is our budget. Imagine that. We all have kind of our sleep budget. Now, what I hear in different scenarios, but one scenario is like somebody that, for example, has worked hard all their life, never really had time to sleep in, and then they retire, and then they're thinking, oh boy, I'm retired, now I'm going to sleep those 8 hours that I always wanted to do. Well, guess what? That may not, you may not have that capacity. That you may be trying to stretch your budget. You're trying to stretch your 7 hours to 8 hours. And you may fall asleep, but that you'll end up in a kind of light sleep. You'll wake up off, and you'll have episodes at night where you can't sleep, etc. So that's kind of stretching the budget, versus spending pretty much the amount of time you need to sleep in your bed. So you need to sleep 6.5 hours. Well, you spend about 6.5 hours in bed, then you'll have that nice weekend getaway that I talked about. It's shorter, but it's more refreshing, it's deeper, it's more consolidated. So that was just a little analogy. And before I let you go here, I just wanted to share one thing. I got this email just a couple hours ago, 5 hours ago, from Catherine, and I was very happy to get this email, as I always am when people are interacting with me. So thank you, Catherine, for sending this in. But I was kind of extra excited about this, because let me actually read it to you. Dear Daniel, Catherine Stewart here. I've been suffering from insomnia since 2008. I'm coming off Seroquel, tapering off that, and hopefully we'll be done with that in 3 weeks. Hopefully that goes well for you, Catherine. I hope you get off this medication, as you seem to want to. Have checked out your podcast, and I believe CBTI is the only remedy for lasting insomnia cure. So I very much believe that too, Catherine, and I hope you will be successful. Now, again, what made me so excited was that this is the first time somebody has contacted me from listening to the podcast. So I was like, that's cool, people are listening and tuning into the podcast. So that made me really happy. Now, Catherine has a tip. Let's get to that. Here we go. I have this tip regarding paradoxical intention. And for those of you that are not familiar with that technique, paradoxical intention is when you go to bed actually trying to stay awake, and the opposite. If you go to bed and you kind of try to force yourself to sleep, that always backfires. That builds up this tension that makes you stay awake. So you can try to do the opposite, like go to bed and try to stay awake. Tell yourself, I gotta be awake. That's called paradoxical intention. And Catherine has come up with a kind of a tip or a trick here that I've never heard about. So let's read about it. She says, I have this trick. Okay, so I'm assuming that you're in bed at this point. Open one eye and pick a focus point. Make yourself keep this one eye open. Before long, your body will be begging to close this eye due to fatigue. And I said, thank you for the tip. And then, let's see, she did email me back and said kind of a clarification, addendum to the one eye sleep tip. If sleep does not happen, repeat one eye closure until successful. So I believe that you alternate then, we talked a little bit about like nasal breathing, deep breathing exercises, things like that, kind of that a lot of people report are successful with. Of course, I don't think those techniques or necessarily this one is like the cure for your insomnia, but guess what? It's something you might want to try. So again, lay down, pick a focus point, look at that, and this is a paradoxical intention technique. So you would like look at that spot and like actually try to keep your eye open, and then paradoxically that may help you fall asleep. If you try this, let me know how it works for you. And other than that, have a great weekend. It's Friday, and I'll be back here, I believe, Sunday, if not then Monday. Until then, take it easy. And as always, if you have a question, comment, concern, a tip, then email me at daniel@insomniainsight.co. Until I see you next time, I hear from you next time, you tune in the next time, take it easy. Bye-bye.